up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is kcup and I am so excited to be filming this video. As you can tell by the title, I am doing a question and answer. I love these videos and I feel like what better way to start off the year than answering some of your questions that you guys have for me. I love doing these. Like, I don't know why, but I just love keeping you guys up to date on my life because y'all know my life changes so fast. There's so many different things going on throughout the days and the weeks, and we're always traveling somewhere new, always learning new things, and I love sharing that with you guys. I love just getting really personal and opening up to you guys, especially about my relationship. And there's a lot going on this year that I really want to kind of preface my year with, if that makes sense. Like, I want to be able to look back on this video and be like, oh my gosh, this happened this year and I said it in this video, and be able to kind of flash back to this video and to see what happens along the year. I just know this year is going to be a good year, and I'm just a sentimental girl. Where are my sentimental people? Comment it down below if you guys are like me and love having things to look back on. Even in like 10 years, I would love to watch this and see where I was right now versus where I am in 10 years. Like, I don't know, it's just so special to see how things change, how things evolve, what I was predicting, what happened, like all those things. So without further ado, let's get into the video. If I ever look at my phone in the video, it's because I asked you guys questions on Instagram, and if you don't follow my Instagram, it is right here. And I told myself I'm gonna be as vulnerable as possible. I'm gonna answer these really truthfully and super honestly, just because I feel like this past few years I've kind of like had my guards up with what I post on social media, and I'm really trying to break that shell. If you guys watch my TikTok live streams, you guys probably see it a little bit more, but I am definitely trying to just be as transparent as possible, because at the end of the day, we're all humans, we're all real people, we all have feelings, and there are some things that I want to clear up throughout this video, things that I'm so excited to talk about. So please try to refrain from being super hurtful in the comments. So the first question is, what is your ideal hangout with your friends? Which, this is a good question because I know a lot of people struggle to find things to do with their friends, and honestly, my ideal hangout is super simple. I love having game nights. I love having like charcuterie nights, setting up like little finger foods and having my friends over. Our favorite game to play is Chameleon and Categories. Y'all need to add that to your game night. It is so fun. We laugh so hard. We also are little kids and love to play hide and seek. Where are my hide and seek goers? Like, who loves to play hide and seek? I don't care how old you are. We literally are 5 years old when we play, but I literally love it. We laugh so hard. We are like sitting there like this the whole entire time, like so nervous, but it is so much fun. And I am so grateful for that. I am so grateful to have friends that aren't afraid to have fun, like in an unusual way, like that we can still be little kids, because I am 26 and we still play hide and seek. Like, that is so fun. I'm so glad I still have parts of my childhood in my adult friendships. And you know what? If they're judging you for wanting to play hide and seek, maybe you need some new friends. Come hang out with us. Okay, and the next question is, how do you deal with mental health? This is a great question, and I want to give a huge shout out to BetterHelp for being a sponsor of this video. So coming from 2023 going into 2024, last year, and this is my goal for this year, is to really get a hold of my mental health. There have been some things that have held me back in 2023. As you guys know, I had some anxiety and some different things that I kind of touched upon last year, and it held me back from almost going to a trip that changed my life, to now coming into 2024, not letting fear hold me back. But it is something that I need to work with, and actually one of you guys had recommended that I try a Christian counselor, and I did that. I stumbled upon BetterHelp and I filled out their questionnaires, and it actually had an option to have a Christian counselor, and I knew that I really needed that in my life. Not just a therapist that was gonna lead me through it, but I really wanted someone who could bring scripture into it and really base it off of the Bible, and that is exactly what I did. For me, I was a little bit nervous starting. I think a lot of people get nervous to go to a therapist, and I've tried in-person therapists and they never work, so I kind of wrote them off for a while because I didn't want that in-person aspect. But BetterHelp actually has different options that you can do. You can have a phone call with them, you can even text them, so it kind of takes that pain away of having to like go in person and see them face to face, rather than just like talking on the phone, where like still really personal that they're helping you through it. And that is something that I needed. I needed someone removed from my friend group to like really listen to me and give me non-biased like answers and help when I needed it. It honestly has changed my mental health so much. And the best thing about it is, if you don't mesh with your person, you can just literally in a click of a button pick a new person. And that's what I love about it, because it's not as personal. Like, you don't have to explain why you're leaving. You can just never talk to them again, which y'all know I'm an introvert, so that is amazing. Also, another great thing is, in most cases, they'll find you a therapist within 48 hours, so you won't have to be waiting for a long time. They literally will look at your questionnaire and find one based off of that, based off all your needs and all the things that you want to work on. Better Health can match you to one of over 30,000 therapists in their network based on your needs, preferences, and location, which gives you access to a wider range of expertise that may be available in your city. And you can join over the 4 million people who have also used BetterHelp to start living a healthier, happier life. You can click the link in the description down below. And honestly, at the end of the day, I care about you guys so much, and I really want your mental health to be a priority to you guys. It is so important. I'm one of the biggest advocates for it, having dealt with anxiety and OCD most of my life, and it definitely has changed my life. So definitely click the link below. Not only does clicking the link help support my channel, but it also gives you 10% off the first month using BetterHelp. Definitely click the link down below. Okay, the next question is, how long have you and Noah known each other? And I was just talking about this with Manny and Blake downstairs, and it's actually so crazy because the first time I ever met Noah was in February of 2020, which is insane because now it is literally about to be February of 2024. So that means I've known Noah for 4 years, and it's just so mind-blowing how long I've actually really known him and how long I've been apart. And I'm just so grateful for the journey we've been on, and it doesn't feel like it's been 4 years, but it also feels like it's been like 10 years because we spent all of our time together. So I don't know, it's just so crazy that we've known each other for so long now. Okay, the next question is, what is my favorite place to visit? And I have to hands down say New York City. It is just always felt like home to me. That's actually where my dad passed away on September 11th in 2001, and it's just so a part of my story, and I always feel like my dad is there whenever I go there and I feel his presence. So I definitely have to say New York City because it is so attached to my dad. It was my dad's city. He loved it. He protected that city with his whole heart, and I love it. Okay, the next question is, what's next for you? We hope to see you more this year. And I'm gonna be honest, like last year I kind of went a little MIA. Like I don't really know what I was doing now that I look back on it. I just feel like I was really in my head, and I struggled a lot with self-worth, with image issues and all that. So I kind of just like went into my own little shell, and I worked on things behind the camera, which I honestly regret so much. And that's something that God has really been showing me this year, is that I have an audience of one, and God is my audience. Like I don't have to please the world. I don't have to please a certain person. I don't have to do it for this person or that person. I'm literally just doing it for God because that's where He's called me to. And once I've changed that perspective, everything has changed. Like I've been posting every single day on TikTok. I've been posting more all on my different platforms. I'm posting a YouTube video. I've just like feel like I've stepped into my calling a little bit more once I really realized that I only have to please Him. And I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes being on social media, the comments do get to you, like the negative comments, the people that are always just like saying different things. And it really did get to me this last year, and I didn't really know that until I started reflecting on it. And honestly, I kind of just let that get to my head and let it slow me down. But this year, I'm not letting the enemy win. I want to do so much more. I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited that I'm posting more. I also just feel such a big peace on where I'm at in life and just like everything that's going on. I moved into my new house this year, which also did keep me busy. Like there were things that did keep me a little bit busier, and we traveled a little bit more, but there's just some things that kind of held me back this year. But I'm really excited to step into this new year and do a lot more. Okay, this is a really good question. If there was one thing you want to accomplish for yourself this year, what would it be? I've actually been thinking about this question a lot. What do I want to do this year? Like how do I want to leave an impact this year? What are the things that I can do? And last year I actually went to Israel, and there was a lot of fear and anxiety attached to that trip. I actually wasn't gonna go. Like literally up until the last few days I was still on the fence. I remember being in the plane taking off from New York City and looking over the skyline and saying, what am I doing? Why am I going? I really want to turn around and go home. And then flash forward to after the trip, it was the most amazing trip I've ever been on. It was so life-changing. My whole perspective changed. I literally came back a changed person, like a whole different person. God revealed so much to me about my calling, about what I'm supposed to be doing, about my dad, just so many different things. There was so much anxiety attached to me that I literally just let go and left there and gave it to God. And I would not have been able to do that if I hadn't gone to that trip. And I know some of you guys know this, but we actually filmed like a mini documentary series there. As I was there, the producers of the video fell in love with my like vulnerability about my dad, and they saw that there was just so much more there in Israel to discover. So they actually had reached out to me after the trip and invited me back to Israel to do another documentary series on my story, on my dad, on what really happened in Israel. And we filmed the first half in New York City. We actually flew someone so special from Israel to come to New York City so I can share my story with them. And then 3 days before I was supposed to go to Israel, all the bombs and all the terrorism of Hamas actually stopped my trip, which it's a blessing in disguise. I so wish that I could just help more with what's going on with all the kids that are suffering, but I am also very thankful that I was here. I just feel so sorry for all those people. Then we actually decided that I will be going out hopefully next year or the end of this year to film the rest of my video in Israel. I really want to be hands-on with the children and giving them advice and love and everything that I really needed when I was in that spot when I lost my dad, and just pour out onto them as people did to me. So with that being said, I actually started an Instagram called Sincerely a Child of God, and I feel like God hasn't revealed all about it yet to me, but I do know that it is something that I want to start, a non-for-profit, and it's something that I want to focus on in this year, connected to September 11th and my dad. And I don't know what that means or anything, but I am just so excited to start that journey, and I'm so excited to give back. Okay, and the next question is, how was my Christmas in Florida? If you guys don't know, I actually spent my first Christmas in my new house in Florida, which was crazy. My mom flew out here. It was so special. I have never actually spent a Christmas outside of Massachusetts or New York ever. So having it in Florida felt a little bit weird, you know, because it's not cold, it's not snowy, it's not gonna snow. But on the other hand, it was nice to be around Noah's family and have my mom interact with everyone here. But there is something to say that a New England Christmas definitely wins. Not gonna lie, there's just something about being at home, having your fireplace on and everything, but I do love it here and I love being around everyone, so I don't know. Okay, the next question is, do you think you and Noah will get engaged this year? I have no idea. Like, I honestly have no idea, but honestly, it's really reliant on God and what He's telling us. We really put everything in Him, and I do feel a weird shift this year. Like, I will say, like, I feel more ready than ever, and I think I'm starting to see the signs in Noah that feel more ready. But honestly, like, I have no idea what that means, and I don't know what that looks like. And I also will say that the break thing last year definitely set us up for success in this year, and I'm seeing the fruit of that come to life, and I'm just really excited and grateful. But it would be really cool because Noah turns 27 this year, and I also turned 27 this year, and there's something like so strongly attached to that number 27 since I was literally like in middle school, so it would really be cool to see something come into fruition this year relating to that. Next question is, how many kids do I want? And great question. I want like 500 kids. Well, Noah only wants like 2. So we're gonna have to meet somewhere in the middle. I'm thinking like 27. No, I'm just kidding. But I honestly would be fine with 3 or 4 and adopt 1. So whether it's like 3 and adopt the 4th or have 4 and adopt the 5th, I would be good with that. I definitely want more than 2. I grew up with just a brother and my mom always wanted another one. So I just feel like 3 or more is like where I want to be. I've loved babies always. Like, I'm never the person that's like, oh my gosh, I don't like babies. Like, there's like some people that like cannot think about it. I'm the opposite. I've always wanted to be a mom. It makes me so happy. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, this is a really good question. If I had one takeaway from last year, what would it be? And I think it would be, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to have to take a step back. Maybe in this world, it's viewed as a bad thing and a negative thing, but it has brought the most peace, the most happiness, the most joy ever since me and Noah took that step back in our relationship, and we knew that that's what we needed. And when you actually dial in and listen to the voice of God and you're actually listening to what He's telling you to do, everything changes. Like, if you know that you are in God's will and you are walking that way, like, there is nothing that can stop you. There's nothing that will go wrong because that's what He wants for you. And when you really hold upon those promises, everything will come into fruition exactly how it's supposed to be. And honestly, I don't even know if me and Noah would truly be together if we hadn't taken that step back. Like, there were just a few things that were going just completely wrong that we felt like we were out of line for and that we just couldn't figure out. And now stepping back into our relationship in like full bloom, like, everything is just insane. Like, I love life. I love my relationship. I love everything that's going on. I love how much we're dreaming of the future. Like, everything is so much better than it was because we took that step back, and I just don't know where we would be without that step back that we took. So if you are facing difficulty, or if you feel like you are in the valley and you just can't get back onto that mountaintop, I promise you it is coming and it will be so much better. I just think about all the nights that I cried and I was so upset. Everything just felt like it was falling apart, and now I realize I needed to be in that spot to get to where I am now. Like, I am so grateful for that, and I would not trade it for the world, because now I can come on here and tell you guys not to give up on your relationship just because something's going something wrong, I can actually tell you how to fight that and how to really not give up and really give it a second chance and really just take a step back and focus on God for a season. Like, it is so fruitful and I definitely recommend it. Please do not give up. Please watch my videos that I posted back then. I know so many people who have watched those videos and took the advice from it and actually applied it, and their relationship is better now. Even if it's not a relationship and you're going through a hard time in your family or whatever, just rely on God and everything will be okay. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. Okay, this is such a good question. Are you sad or discouraged that Noah has not proposed yet? I get it all the time. People literally make fun of me for the videos I post talking about engagement or my trends that I do on TikTok, and I just want to let you guys know that that is a trend that I do that I see on TikTok that other girls are doing, and I twist it in a way that is engagement because that is the next season I'm in. I am not in a season of a breakup, or I'm not single, so I'm not posting flirty content. I'm not having kids, so I'm not posting videos of me pretending to be pregnant. Like, I don't know, like, I'm not in that season. I'm in the season before engagement, so I post what is relevant and what I know will do good for the other girls in the same season as me. It's like, I'm not posting it because I want Noah to see it and I want him to propose. I'm not trying to force him or anything, and I have said this before, but I hope that Noah does not propose to me off of a TikTok video that he's seen or off of your guys' comments because you guys are telling him to propose. Like, I truly want him to dial in, be silent with God, and hear from God so clearly that we're supposed to be together and step into that next season. So no, I am not discouraged, and I'm also super happy that Carol and Caleb got engaged. I know that was another question I saw. I just love life, and I love exactly where I'm supposed to be, and I know I'm supposed to be where I am right now, so yeah. Okay, this is just a fun one, but where is my dream place to live? And I definitely want to live in Hawaii at some point in my life for like more than a month, because I know we said we lived in Hawaii when we went for a month, but I really would love to give it like a year and really just fully go all in and move there for a year and just see how it's like. I loved waking up on the island every day. I didn't get sick of it when we were there for a month. I love the food. I love the culture. I love everything that Hawaii has, and the beaches are beautiful. I love being near Aulani, so I definitely could see myself living in Hawaii for more than like a month. Like, I would love to do it for a year or two. Oh, this is a good question. If there is one thing you could do right now, regardless of cost, what would it be? This is like really bougie, but I would love to fly first class, like the lay down like beds, to Japan with my mom. So if you guys don't know, my mom lived in Japan for 4 years. She absolutely loved it, and she learned Japanese. She literally loved it. She talked so highly of Japan, and I would just love to bring her there and travel around for a month and just see all the things that she used to do and all the things that she loves and try all the great sushi and everything. And that is honestly probably the #1 thing that I really want to do, is bring my mom there. What brings me joy? I'm just gonna go down a list. My mom, Pippi, Kotere, Noah, everyone here, Florida, the sunshine, Disney. I love Disney. I love going to the parks, my best friends, food. I love Oreos, chocolate chip cookies. I love fashion. I love getting changed every day and waking up. I love my coffee, Paloma in specific. I love to travel. I love Hawaii. I love Aulani. I love the ocean. I love the sun. I love being tan. I love being blonde. I love it all. But #1 is God. God. He brings me the most joy out of anything, and I could not have even experienced those things in the way that I have without him. That's a given though. What is my dream engagement? I honestly don't really care what it is. Like, I would rather get engaged faster than like have the perfect place, but I definitely want like white flowers everywhere and like a violin or something. I also want, this is so specific, but I don't want it to like say marry me. I just want to like walk up and hear Noah say it for the first time and not read it. Like, I don't know why I want that. I've always been like that. Like, I've never wanted to like read the words, but for me, I just like want to hold his hands and him like say it, and like that's the first time I read it or know that's it's happening and like whatever. So that's like the only thing that I'm really specific about. Where does Emmy live in comparison to you? Who is she roommates with? Emmy's my roommate! She just moved in. I am so excited. She's my roommate. I love it. It's so fun having a best friend like live with you, and it's so crazy. We never thought that we'd live together, like, because we fight like sisters. I know if you guys are probably close to your best friends, you probably fight with them too. Like, we were a little bit nervous about that, but honestly we haven't gotten in any fights. It's been so fun. It's so fun to like wake up and cook breakfast together and make coffees together and just have each other for company, because I've lived on my own for like the past 3 years, so it's really refreshing to have a friend. It's honestly been great. What's my favorite necklace. My K-cup necklace, I am obsessed, and I actually got sent one like way in the beginning when I started social media from one of you guys, and then it broke and I was so sad, and then Noah got me this one and I'm obsessed. It's from Jeweler if you guys want one too. I love it, and it's gold. It's my favorite. What age do I want kids? Honestly, I thought I was gonna be a young mom. I honestly thought I was gonna be married and have kids by now. Like, that was just always what I thought. So I don't want to really rush having kids now because I want to be able to travel for at least like a year and a half to 2 years, but then get baby making right away before I'm 29. Like, I want kids before I'm 30, but that's just what I want. What has God been teaching you in the season that you're in? Oh my gosh, this is so important. God's been teaching me balance. Like, just in different areas of my life, I usually like go all in and I like exhaust myself. I burn myself out. Whether it's with food, I'll eat way too much food, or if it's with videos or whatever, I'll just like do too much and then I'll stop. And I'll stop for like 3 weeks. And I really am trying to learn balance in this season. Like, for example, not like posting 10 TikTok videos in one day, but doing 2 or 3 so the next day I have energy to do that again. Or like not staying up until like midnight, trying to go to bed at 10 or 11 and then waking up early so I have more of the day. And so I'm trying to like cut that back and really focus on that, and like not have like one overall goal in my life, but to have little daily changes that really change my life for the better long term, rather than just like trying to do something short term. This is actually a really funny question. Does Noah's parents like you? And I would like to say yes. I'm pretty sure yes, 100%. Lance literally, like Noah's dad literally always says that he feels so connected to my dad, and he always feels like he's called to protect me, like he's called to protect his daughters, which is really special. And it's so funny, the other day, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this, but Noah was like in the shower and I like walked into Noah's room and his dad was in here and he was like, K-cup, sit down. And I was like, okay. So I sat down and he's like, what's the plan? We gotta get Noah moving. Like, we need you guys to get married. Like, if you guys remember in the beginning, he was like unsure. I was like scared of him. We didn't know, like, and now I'm so appreciative of it, and he protects me just like he protects them. So it's so funny. Like, now he's like the biggest advocate for us, and I love it. And I'm so grateful that I didn't let like my fear stop me. Do you and Noah have sleepovers? Yes, but not like that. We have FaceTime sleepovers. So if I'm scared or if I hear something outside, or when Emmy wasn't living with me, we would have FaceTime sleepovers where we call each other in FaceTime and he just sits on my nightstand the whole entire night. But at that point, we really felt like we were married because we were doing it every single night for probably like 5 months in a row. So we kind of cut it down. We're like, okay, we need to take a step back. But we were like really just like having sleepovers every single night on our phone. It was fun. Okay, the next question is, how does it feel to be a homeowner? And I love it. Best decision I've ever made. I'm so sick of apartment living. I love my house. I love decorating. I am so excited because my renovations are starting in February. Like, everything is just looking so up. I just cannot wait to have my house all like renovated and really, really cute, because I'm still using some of the old furniture that they actually had left there. And I can't wait for it to really, really feel like my house and like have my like little white kitchen and my new floors. I am so excited. Okay, my last question is, what are you excited for in 2024? And if you guys watch my TikTok lives, you guys might know a little bit about it, but I have the most exciting news of my whole entire life ever. I got invited, and I can't speak a lot about it, but I did get invited to do a partnership type thing with Disney. And if you guys know, I am a Disney girl through and through. I moved to Florida to literally work for Disney. I love it, and they invited me to go stay at Walt Disney World, and I am so excited. And it has to do with something about weddings. Now, I can't say much, but it is happening in the beginning of February. I am blown away. I am so excited. I cannot wait to share with you guys more of the details, but I will say that is what I am most excited for, because that was my dream brand, and I can't believe I'm doing it. Like, I cannot believe it. I am blown away. I screamed when I saw the email. I am so excited. I'm so grateful, and it's just gonna be the best beginning of the year ever. But if you guys want to stay up to date with those things, make sure you like this video, comment down below, subscribe, go follow my Instagram just to keep up to date, and I am so excited. I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love you guys to the moon and back. I'm just so grateful for each and every one of you guys. I'll see you so soon. Bye, guys.